Okay, now that we already created the checkout page, ito na po yung next natin gagawin. We have to connect this to Active Campaign. Hello and welcome to Pinoy Online Channel. And bago po kayo magpatuloy sa panonood ng ating video that will help you gain more knowledge, skill set, and experience about working online and make money, please don't forget to subscribe and click that bell icon and click all so that you will get notified for all the updates and upcoming videos of Pinoy Online Channel. Maraming salamat po. So when you are going to Active Campaign, kailangan pong malaman niyo po yung subdomain. So you have to ask that to your client. Yan po ang pag-access ng Active Campaign. And then subdomain is whatever it is that is account of your client that is needed. Then idudugtong niyo po yung activehosted.com. Ito po yung domain ng Active Campaign in order for you to log in and get into the admin area of the account for a specific account owner. So we are going to log into one of their account, and then ang next po natin gagawin is to make sure that we are to get in here. So ito po yung instruction. We have to connect it with Kajabi Active Campaign, and then we have to connect it to Active Campaign, and then we have to tag people. So yung tag po here, it has an instruction here. It says create a tag to Active Campaign MBA buyer. So we have to get into this. So we need to create the tag, and also say set up automation called affiliate bonus delivery. So dito po natin isa-set up to, and please also set up an email to be sent them in the automation 1 hour later as well. If they don't open that email, then in 2 days send a follow-up email. Paano kaya ito gagawin? Mga automation mga. Okay, so already been the follow-up here kasi hindi ko ito nakita and my teammates didn't check this out. Okay, so that's why I'm doing this myself para po in the benefit of you, para mo makita nyo how to do this. Okay, so create a tag in Active Campaign. So we have to make sure that that's been done. So we are going to create this tag, and let's go to Active Campaign. Here in Active Campaign, pumunta kayo po sa contacts. And then once you're in contacts, underneath that, meron po niyang tinatawag na tags or manage tags. So dito po tayo mag-create ng tags. So we're going to create the tag. There you go. And then we are going to add a tag. So tag has been created, so we are going to check that. So next is set up automation called affiliate bonus delivery. So we are going to copy this, and when the tag is applied, they get access to MBA Abundance Activating Bonuses product in Kajabi. So yeah, so set up automation. Actually, so hold affiliate bonus Kajabi. Let's try it out. So here, automation po, dito po yan is set up. So automations, you have to go back. So just remember the tags that you created. So MBA final hours, hindi po yan. So I think hindi naman po na-create yun ahead of time. So we are going to create an automation. So let's start from scratch, and let's continue. And then we will name it accordingly as been instructed here. Affiliate bonus delivery. So I think what should be the trigger? So I think it should be on tag. So tag has been added. Click continue, and then remember that we have a tag MBA buyer. There you go, MBA buyer 2020. That is the tag that we just created earlier. Then add start. Okay, so now the next thing that we need to do is to follow through here. So when the tag is applied, you get access to MBA bonuses in Kajabi. So basically, baliktad yung ginawa natin. Probably. So, baliktad po pala ito. Kailangan silang itag para they will be given access to Kajabi. So that means we need a web hook to that in order for that to happen. Okay, so that means they start from Active Campaign. They will be sent to Kajabi. They will be given access. So I think there should be an extra step for that. So when they get tagged, when the tag applied, so when this tag is applied, so they get access to MBA Abundance. So that means also we have to set up an email sent to them in automation 1 hour later as well. If they don't open that email, please also set up an email to be sent to them in the automation. 1 hour email as well if they don't open that email. Okay, so then in 2 days, send a follow-up email. Okay, so let's go and set this email first for now. So we're going to create an email, and for now let's name this email confirmation. So let's just use that for now, and we'll probably some changes later on. So we are just going to find other email format from past campaign, and we'll use some of it that's already been existing. So let's just say here, congratulations, like that. So this email that I'm creating, an automated email, is pretty generic. So I think one of the things that I love the most is formatting here properly, so that we will have a proper format of the email. And then also the size, I want it to be, yeah, this enough. This is enough. 15 is enough. And then Arial, I think 520 is better. Oh no, not 520, 490. And then selecting all, 160 would be appropriate, much more readable. There you go. So that's formatting in an email in here. So for the content here, we will just have a holder. So congratulations, then insert personalize, and then first name. So this is what we call merge field. So it will be replaced with the name of whosoever is the person is going to receive this email. So kaya po, for example, nag-sign up kayo, Clint yung pangalan nyo. So congratulations, this merge field will be replaced. Kind of, this is a variable holder. Okay, if you're familiar with coding. So once this email is being sent to the user, kung ano po yung name nila, it will be replaced. So ito po yung hi Clint. So it's personalized, and it's going to convert better. So kasi personalized yun, mafe-feel yung receiver, okay, it's this email is personalized for me. Okay, so whatever blah 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 here, congrats, welcome to the members area, like that. Okay, so this is just a template, so I will just give you an overview about changes here. What we just did is that we resized this. If you click this, we just resize the overall size of this when this is going to receive kay naman. So that when they receive this, para po pag ma-receive nila itong email, hindi po ito mag-overlap like that. So if you have this too much, mag-overlap yan when they receive that in their email services. Okay, so meron po tayo dito mga blocks. So pwede po kayo mag-insert ng blocks dyan to add another text block like that. So we'll delete this. And you could also duplicate this instead. So here in settings, you have a duplicate option like that. So sometimes there are part of here na nag-i-insert tayo ng button, so we could actually just duplicate this para yung format nito we will retain. So also in every block meron yung settings. So if you click the block, so for example this is another text block here, so you will see that ito po yung options, lalabas po yan. So if you have any changes here, so for example I will change this to 140, yung block lang na yan ang yung change, you see. So for the other, if I click this one here, you see it's still 160 for line height. So my other settings din po yan. So about padding, border, you could experiment all out. So for example, I will make the padding to 20. So it will make some space on the side, so every side here. So you can also make this padding on only some part of it. So for example, at the top, custom, I want the top to be just 10 pixels like that. You see that the top is much lesser space there. So also for the left, 5, you see, also on the other right for the 5, right, 5 like that. Okay, so yun po yung kagandahan ng duplicate, kasi pag na-format mo na yung first block, you could actually just duplicate that, so that yung halimbawa hindi ka na mag-i-insert ng bagong block and then magpo-format ka na naman. So we could actually just use one block, and then if you need to actually insert more like this. Make a duplicate of this content block kasi may i-insert akong button sa gitna. So for example, I'm gonna insert button or image ba ngayon. So the button, I could now so for example, may button sa gitna dyan. So I could have more text here with the same formatting I have here in this blog view. So I just duplicated that. Okay, so yun po yung kagandahan nito. So mas padali yung trabaho natin. Okay, so another thing here is about this click here button. There's also some formatting options. So saan po siya pupunta yung link. So dito niyo po yan masiset. So ilalagay niyo yung link, and then you could add action, you could tag whatever mga options here to subscribe to list, add automation, and so on and so forth. And then meron po din tayong changes kung i-change yung font size, i-change yung font style, bold ba yan, or yung color ng button, and also the border. Most likely I don't like to have a border. Then color ng text, I want it white, like that. So, and also the width of the ano yan, yung button. So what else? So I think here, border, padding, what else changes that I needed? Yeah, so I think here, para mas lalaki yung button, like that. You see? So basically that's all there is for the settings for all this para po sa mga ganitong bagay here. So you can make the button by just adding space. You can make the button wider like that. Okay, so I think that's all for the formatting of the email. So once that's ready, the next thing that we need to do is basically just finish this. Then we will get back to the automation. So here, so it says here we have automation. It's already been saved as a confirmation. Then we will save that. And now, of course, we don't have name this automation here. So remember that this is the instruction here, affiliate bonus delivery. But in this case, I can't stress this enough. We have to make sure that everything that you do is descriptive. So this is MBA. So I wanted to make sure that MBA is also added there, so that we will know that that is for MBA. So because probably in the other feature we will create another affiliate bonus delivery for another type of product or another niche. So you have to make sure you are naming descriptively of things that you're working on. So ito po yung next natin gagawin. Since we are going to actually give them access to the members area, ang gagawin po natin dito is we have to make sure that we connect this first hand with. So by the way, we are going to go also to this 1 hour later. So the timer is also we need to be set. So mag-a-add po tayo ng plus. So dito po yan ilalagay. Ilalagay. For you the time naman. Wait for 1 hour. So there you go. So wait for 1 hour. And then the next thing we need to do is to duplicate it. So kailangan pa natin i-duplicate ito. So we just have to drag it like this. Like that. Okay. And then you could copy a single action. Then click copy. So remember that this is just a copy. So ito po yung sometimes yung mga mali sa iba. So once you copy this and you make changes on this, you see here, this is a confirmation, the same email. So exactly the same email. So ito po yung gagawin ng iba. So you edit this, yun yung problema. So say you still editing this email. So you just copy this, and this one here, since you copied it, it will be the same content. Whatever changes you make from any one of this, it will be reflected to both. Okay? So ang gagawin po natin to make sure that we are not editing the same content, we have to make sure that instead of directly editing this one, so we have to rename this and copy and edit. So copy and edit. So i-copy po natin yung email. Then you see that it's already been created and it will be redirected to the editor. Then i-change na po natin yung content, whatever content, follow-up email here, blah blah blah, whatever. Then we will make changes, whatever necessary changes for this email. And then also the last part, also by the way, we need to make sure that we change the subject line if necessary, because this is going to be another email. So it should be following up. So probably first name, So ngayon is I'm just thinking of some words just for the sake of letting you know what all the things that needed to be changed. Okay, so we're now going to proceed, and the other part that we need to do here is to make sure that we make the changes of the message name. Kasi yung kanina it's confirmation, so kasi kinopya natin, so it says copy here. So we have to make another email follow-up. So again, for naming, kailangan po nating ensure that every naming that we are doing is descriptive. So we are going to click finish. So we're going to go back then. So you see now, it says email follow-up number 1. So meron na po yung name. So if you click here, again, so now it's added. So yung una, confirmation, now it's email follow-up number 1. So pwede na po nating i-edit itong isa, and it will not be affected yung isa. Okay, so now we created two separate emails. So dito po most likely nagkakamali yung iba. Sometimes they're just copying and then they're editing the same content, and they have spent their effort not knowing that they're actually just editing all the same email. So kailangan po yung pag-iingat, kasi baka you are just gonna waste your time because you haven't fully grasped that is the method here ng active campaign about email creating. Okay, so ang kagandahan dito is mapapadali po yung work natin kasi we could just create multiple emails. Just make sure that you duplicate the email that is having different content. Okay, so I think ang sabi po kasi dito is that we have to make sure that please set up a send them email automation 1 hour later as well if they don't open that email. So I kinda hindi po ito Kajabi. Yeah, so I think we will have a condition here that 1 hour later, wait for 1 hour. So I think we will create a follow-up. So paano po ba natin gagawin itong conditional na masisend lamang tong email after 1 hour if hindi nila inopen yung first email. So we are going to do that like this. We're going to create a goal here. So there's a what we call goal. So yun po yung goal. So didn't open confirmation. So click a goal, click to add a goal, and then ito po yung gagamitin natin na condition. So we are contacts actions, and then has not opened. So has not opened the confirmation. So here, the confirmation email. So kaya po kailangan po nating i-name yung ating mga work like this. For example, confirmation, actually I didn't name it appropriately kasi it will also fetch the other emails from other campaign like that, like here. So we have to make sure that we actually name it appropriately. So I think we have to add here in confirmation instead of just saying confirmation because this name is just too general. So you could probably say MBA bonus delivery confirmation like that. So just click that, and also even for this email follow-up number 1. So good thing we could also recognize that it is because it's created just now. So 131, and we are going to check that confirmation and then click save. So yan pong goal. Here, if the contact doesn't meet the condition, what will happen? So we will wait until the conditions are met. Okay, so we will save that and then click save, and there you have it. So now, ano pong mangyayari? So after 1 hour, didn't open. So after 1 hour, so I think after 1 hour, wait for 1 hour. Yeah, I think mas mauuna po dapat to. So drag that, so move single action, click OK. So if they didn't open confirmation, then wait for 1 hour. Yeah, so if they didn't open confirmation, so we have to wait for 1 hour, and then we will send this. Okay, so we will send this email. Okay, so if they opened it up, so that means if they opened it up, still, we will have to wait. So if they didn't open confirmation, if they opened it up, what will happen? So if they open it up, so if they didn't open, so pag inopen nila, ito po yung mahirap sa automation when you're setting automation, kasi you have to figure out, you have to analyze which is truth. So we are dealing with truthness and false. Kung false yan, pupunta yan sa next step. Kung true, kung mamimit yan yung condition dito, it will proceed to the next one. So if they didn't open, so it will proceed. So if they open, then of course they will not proceed, right? So if they didn't open the confirmation, they will proceed here, and then it will wait for on. If they open the confirmation, then that means they will no longer receive this. So I think that's it. That's the end of the automation. Okay, so we will just then create another wait for this. For now, we will just placeholder for 99 days or 999 years, so that they will stay in the campaign for future preparation. Didn't open confirmation, wait for 1 hour, send email follow-up number 1. So I think that's it for this. We just have to fill in this email follow-up or email confirmation messages here. So the next part, ito po yung pinaka kailangan, is that we have to make sure that they will given the access. So ito po yung gagawin natin sa active campaign. So in the active campaign, we have to make sure we go back to the checkout MBA bonus page. Let's edit this first. Let's go back to the editing, and we have to get into the more actions and go to webhooks. So in webhooks po, ito po yung activation URL, so that when they are tagged, so all their information will be submitted to Kajabi. So let's go back and get into here. In here, so we have to make sure that we add a HTTP post webhook. Here we have a webhook, and then we are going to paste the webhook URL here and click save, and there you have it. So now we have a webhook. So once they have been tagged, so ito po yung mangyayari, they will be added to Kajabi. So requirement parameters are our name, email, and ID. So I think we have to make sure that we provide this information here. So in active campaign, so let me try to open this up in a notepad. So ito po yung code. So kailangan po nating i-add yung name. So we will add a question mark here, and name will be equals first name, and then another one is and ampersand. Email would be equals percentage email, and also lastly the external user ID. What was that needed again? So external user ID should be ID, and external, let's just paste it, external user ID equals what would be the ID variable in active campaign. We have to figure that out. So let me check just in the email. So let's just click edit, so that we will see what is the merge field of the ID. So let's try personalize, and let's see if there's an ID here. So ID, contact ID, yeah. So we have a contact ID, so it's subscriber ID. So that is the merge field that we're going to use here. So let's just go back to this here, and ID is equal to, so let's delete subscriber ID. Okay, so external user ID is equal to subscriber ID. So I think this is the correct webhook that we're going to use, and we have to make sure that we will test that out later. So we are going to save and exit, next, and finish. So let's finish this up to go back to the automation editor. So ito na po yung editor, and let's go back and replace this with our new link we just created here with the required parameters. Name, first name, email is email, and then external user ID, that, and so forth. Okay, so let's paste it up. There you go. Click save. And let's see what we've got. So there you go. So the next thing that we need to do is to click this active. And there you have it. So the next thing I think is make sure that we have also this MBA buyer. So MBA buyer. And we have set up. And also, then if they don't open that email, then in 2 days, send a follow-up. Email to be sent to them as well. So yeah, we have an additional. We have actually additional email for this information. 1 hour. So we are also going to another follow-up here. So we're just going to copy this, and we will create another conditional here. So didn't open confirmation. So this one should say. So if they didn't open the follow-up, so we have to change here the confirmation now, email follow-up number 1, then click save. Then they will also didn't open follow-up, and also I think we have to also make sure that and they didn't open follow-up, and in actions they haven't completed. They haven't completed. So let's subscribe. He has not achieved goal. If they has not achieved goal, which is what's that? Didn't open confirmation MBA. There you go. So click save. Has not opened MBA and has not opened. So it should be baliktad. So kailangan natin sabihin didn't open, has not opened, or did not achieve goal. First and foremost, has not achieved the goal if they hindi pa nila inopen yung has not achieved goal. Pag hindi nila inopen yung didn't open confirmation, kung hindi nila achieve yung goal, so then in actions here has not opened the email follow-up number 1. So yun po yung truthness na kailangang ma-achieve for this goal. So didn't open the follow-up. So ibig sabihin hindi nila na-open to, and also they didn't open this follow-up. So we will create another email for that, for the follow-up email follow-up. So of course there's 2-day delay here. It says here in conditions we have to wait for 2 days. Yun po yung instructions sa atin. So we have to wait for 2 days for them to receive this follow-up email number 2. Of course, since this is follow-up email number 1, we have to copy and edit that to contain the email follow-up number 2. Follow-up number 2, first name. So let's just this is just a placeholder. Of course, we're not going to use this. So follow-up email number 2, just saying. And then I will name this follow-up email number 2 at least. So I think we will say MBA bonus. Email number 2. Click finish. And then we could also rename the others. So MBA bonus delivery email follow-up number 2, email follow-up number 1. So also we could rename that later on. So I think we're done with the follow-up now. It's already been active, so we are now going to try with the contacts, and let's see if it is going to work. And I think we have another last part here, which is add tag when people buy. So I think this has already been related to connect with Kajabi. So add a tag when people buy. There you go. So now we're going to try one of the contacts. For example, I have some contact here, Charlie Franzo. So I have a multiple tests that I created, so I'm just going to use different ones. So that's a name here, clean. So let's try this. So let's try to add a tag. So again, the automation is if they have been tagged with MBA buyer, that means they will be buyer, so they will be added to Kajabi. So dapat they will be given access to this. Ito po yung access. Tapos pag they will be added to this offer, they will be given access to this product. So I should receive an email coming from Kajabi. So let's try that. Okay, so let's add a tag here. So ito po yung testing natin. So we have to go an MBA buyer 2020 yun pong tag. So there you go. So now you see here in recent activities. So if we are to refresh this, so dapat in recent activities it will say that we have been added to this MBA delivery automation. So let's try to refresh this. Kasi yun po yung trigger. Yun po yung trigger para pumasok sila dito sa automation. There you go. So it says entered automation MBA bonus delivery. Then reach automation goal, didn't open confirmation. So yan po yun. And let's see what we've got. So if we going to go to view contacts, so makikita na po natin yung contact na yun. So that we just added. So it says here. And then we have, if you click this back, so we see that we have reached this didn't automation goal, reached this didn't confirmation goal. So in my email, I should be receiving some email here. So let's try to see. James Webb. I should be receiving an email from that user. So still not receiving the email. Okay, so still waiting for it. So hopefully it will be sent. So I think part of our job is to actually figure out if there's any issue. So I think we have to figure out what was the issue, and we have to check what was the stat for this. For example, have we been added to it? So for example, we don't see any addition that or confirmation to be been added to the members area. Let's see. So let's see. You see, it still says zero member. So that means we haven't been added to this just yet. So we have to go back to the product and check the offer, and we have to make sure that we have the right offer, or we have the right setup. So I think in more actions, webhooks, we have to make sure that we have to view the log entries and see if it actually hits. So all status says, oh, I see. So actually it didn't work. So that means this the automation, I think, oh yeah, so we have an automation mistaken. So I think the automation is wrong. We have set that up wrong. So I think the reason for that is they've skipped it because they automatically we have this didn't open. So we have to make sure that we include this on the goal, and we have has not opened a confirmation. So before that, we have to make sure that the contacts action has there's, let's see if there's a webhook here. Actions, site and event details. We have to make sure that in the actions has not forwarded. This link has been sent, has been shared socially, has been forwarded. So actually one of the things that they actually do is to familiarize things here. So geography, commerce, custom contact fields. this is one of the problems that we need to deal with. No. So kasi dapat yung condition natin is we have to make sure that we are to wait. Oh yeah, baliktad pala tong ating goal. So dito po tayo nagkamali. So didn't open goal. So maling-mali ito. So we just have to make sure that did they ito po yung gagawin natin. So did they we have to just create one goal here. So we have to create one goal. So instead, maling-mali yung goal natin. So we have to make sure that they have opened the confirmation. They have opened the confirmation and follow-up emails. Ito po yung gagawin natin. So click the goal to add a goal. So ito po yung gagawin natin is to make sure that they have opened the confirmation, and also also they have also opened the MBA follow-up number 1, or they also opened actions. Oh no, actions has opened MBA bonus email number 2. So any of this, if they have clicked any of the links, that means they have to go through. If they didn't open, that means they will not go through here. So ito po yung condition natin that kailangan i-meet. So i-save natin yan. So we are going to wait for the condition to be met. And then ito po yung mangyayari. So that means hindi po sila mag-proceed dito. Up until wala silang clinic any of this. So pag clinic nila yan, they click the confirmation, mai-skip na po to. So they will no longer wait for 1 hour, they will no longer wait for 2 days kasi na-meet nila yung goal dito. They have opened any of this. Okay? So I think that's pretty much it for this video. Let's try it again. So dapat kaya hindi po ito na-run kasi nag-skip po siya. So if we actually try to check in, so na-skip po siya. Let's try to see this affiliate details here. If we view it and try to view what is the issue, so you see that it skipped automatically kasi yung condition natin is basically it says kanina, it actually says if they didn't open, so automatically true ito. So ni-skip niya automatically itong ating post. So let's try to test it again if we are correct. So let's try if we are correct. So we're going to again check our contacts and see for another test. So let's try it again. So we have another test here. So journal process 1. So let's try this contact. So this contact, and we will tag this contact with buyer tag. So MBA buyer 2020. Where's that? Buyer 2020. There you go. So buyer 2020, and let's see and refresh this account, and hopefully it will not skip the webhook. Entered automation. So let's refresh this another couple of seconds, and hopefully it will go through to the process. So let's check it out. So let's check this person's go through to the automation here, MB automation. So let's view, and hopefully it didn't skip. Yun. Oh, skip the step 26 seconds ago. Webhook failed. So my webhook failed pala. So I should have received this email right now. So I should get that. So I should receive that email. So let's see an email from James Wedmore though. So there you go, James Wedmore, your new James Wedmore training account. It actually created my account. Yeah, so it actually created my account. There it says failed. So if we check here, you will see here. If you check here, if we check the log entries, you see that it's completed. So actually it's correct. So though it says error. So if we go and check that out, babalik po tayo sa ating offer. Ito po yung offer natin. So if we go to stats, we should have one person. No purchases, of course. This is not a purchase. So if we go back here on our products and go to the product section of that we just connected to that offer, we should now see one member. There you go. So we have one member. So that means that's me. So we have created an account here. So if we are going to use this login, so for example, I'm going to log in and going to the login link. And then we are going to say login at the end. And we're going to use this login details that has been provided to us. Then it should give me the information that I needed. I should be able to access the product. Ding, 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 ding. There you go. So everything's set and appropriately tested. So now everything has been good. So if you go back, I'm still not receiving the email. It says I should be receiving the email. So let me check that. This confirmation email should be sent to me, but though I am not receiving it, I didn't receive the confirmation email. So let's try to refresh this. There you go. So congratulations. So that email has already been sent. There you go. So now this is the email confirmation, and then you see that I already opened this email. So since I already opened this, the goal should already been achieved. So this goal should already been achieved. So you will notice if I view this contact here, you notice that I was waiting for 1 hour. I should now be on here. So I already have achieved that. So I should skip all these steps here. Yeah, so Viola. So it's still skip. It should be take for a couple of minutes or a couple of seconds before it reflects. Before it will reflect to the appropriate action or goal here. So I already opened the confirmation email. So hopefully it will reflect in a couple of seconds or at least a minute, because there is a cron job that is going to be run by Active Campaign to actually double check all the activities of the receiver of the email. Okay, so I think that's all for this video. It's pretty lengthy, but hopefully you have learned a lot for setting up an automations like this, so like doing this task. Okay, so I think we're good here. So we're done, and we're done, and we're done with everything here. So oh no, this one is not yet done, so we still have to design this. Okay, so I think that's all for this video. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. And if you need help while you're working on this type of work, don't hesitate to let me know. Okay, so hopefully this will help you into your future endeavor of setting up automation for your client like this. If you're using Kajabi, connecting to Active Campaign. So that's what we have done here. So we are using Kajabi and we have connected to Active Campaign using webhook. Okay, so I think that's all for this video. Thank you so much. Hello and welcome to Pinoy Online Channel. And don't forget to click that subscribe button and that bell icon, and click all so that you will get notification po sa lahat ng mga bagong videos that we will be uploaded. Thank you.